It's Thursday. You know what time it is. Time for the hottest wrestling podcast on the planet with your host, good old JP, the silent assassin, Dollar Bill, the cleaner, and the brain. Welcome to the Brain Trust.
Yeah. Welcome, one and all. Woo-hoo.
Let's get started.
Indeed.
Ew, dude.
This week is my debut on the Brain Trust.
Yes.
Indeed.
Plus, I wasn't here last week.
Yes, you weren't
Welcome.
here for the rebranding.
Damn COVID.
The rebirth.
Of WCW. That's right. We took over WCW. It's coming back.
Yeah, unlike last time,
First match in
make it work.
quadruple cage.
Yes.
We're changing the name.
Well, that's the first thing we're doing. We're doing a fucking triple cage match, bro. Honest
Now
to
we gotta
God.
do quadruple. We gotta make it bigger.
Like, people shit on that, man. But I think it was only because it was who was in the triple cage match. That's such an incredible idea. Like, you turn...
I loved it.
Yeah, me too. I loved it too.
There were
Can-
two of them that they ever did on Nitro.
They
No.
did one on Nitro, and then they did one on a pay-per-view. The
Flamboyant.
first time, I think the first time they did it was just to promote Ready to Rumble, but then they
Right.
did it again.
Somebody do me a favor, actually bring up a picture of it, so some of us who don't remember or the crowd home, like, I want to see this. No joking, please. We want
Because,
to-
like,
That ghost.
it was like so cool because it's like you mix not even a cage, a Hell in a Cell match. You mix that with the concept of a ladder match.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it looks so cool.
Yes.
So basically, for those that are looking at it, like, oh, like what makes it so special? So inside that top cage it was usually like the world title was on the line and it'd be hanging from the top cage. And your objective was not to climb on the outside, but you climb up through the middle. Like there was like a chain ladder that you that I don't know how if it would come down or if it was just always there. But you would climb through that. You get to the middle one, and then you climb through another chain ladder, and then you'd get the belt from the top. But you were supposed to come back down and walk out of the cage. That's how you win the match. Whoever has the belt as they walk outside the cage, that's the winner.
Yeah,
Except
which means-
in the first one that WCW did, where it was David Arquette, Jeff Jarrett, and DDP. Jarrett pulled the belt down from the top, and that was it. Game over.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then I remember. You know what? I think it was called like Russo Rules or some shit like that.
Russo's Revenge. It was
Yeah.
like a.
Oh god.
It was like an 8-man. It was 8 men in there. It was like Chronic, Sting,
Goldberg,
Steiner,
the-
Goldberg, Nash,
Yep.
Russo, probably Luger. But yeah, because I remember the reason why I remember that is because he's wearing a Devil's jersey for that.
Mm.
Yes.
Mind you, he always had to wear like a New York. He always wore either a New York sports jersey or he wore a San Francisco Giants jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mr. Cleaner, I must ask.
Yeah.
You're a fan of the Triple Cage, just like me. Did you like the Chamber of Horrors from Uncensored?
That
was
wasn't-
Hogan and Savage versus the entire Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah, and it was like I thought it was called like a scaffolding. It was like they were climbing up the scaffolding on the stage, right?
No, it was 6 cages, one on top of another.
But that was like it was stationed near the stage, right? It wasn't by the ring.
Correct.
Yeah, I remember watching it back. I didn't watch the full match, but I or did I watch? I don't remember if I watched a full batch, but I know I watched the highlights. You couldn't fucking see into that thing.
Yeah, no.
If you were at home, it was horrible production.
Oh,
I mean, mind you, this is like what, 94, 95?
that was still
Yeah.
though.
95, 96, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so like obviously the TVs are at best outputting 480. So obviously
Oh no,
that's not the
no.
Chamber of Horrors, but that was a
No,
shitty
that's
match.
That's the Chamber of Horrors. I'm thinking I think I gave the wrong. I think it might have been like called like the Doomsday Cage or something.
Thunderdome.
That's what I thought that was called. Because I remember. So if you go back and watch it, there's Abdullah the Butcher is like somebody's like in the chair or some shit, and like Foley has to keep on like, because the switch was for some reason like very loose, so it would just like flop up and down. So he would have to push it up to push it back down, on the shot. But I know one you're talking about. I think from a production standpoint, that was not good looking because you could barely see it.
Yeah, that's
Now mind you, 10-year-old JP, with
There's
Halloween
Abdullah
Havoc.
in his chair.
Yeah,
There's Abdullah taking a nap.
yeah.
Like I thought he actually got electrocuted because I was young and stupid.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I was dumb and stupid too. Like, you remember when
All were at one point in time.
when I was actually I'm young and stupid now. But besides that fact, do you remember?
I'm not touching that one.
Do you remember when Kane unmasked and he was doing that feud with Shane?
Yeah.
I was 10 years old during that. So actually, no, I was actually 9 because I didn't turn 10 yet. I actually thought Kane fucking, like, when he unmasked and became that monster, like, I would still remember have chills of when he burned Jim Ross alive, and then when he died in that what do you call it?
The fire or the
the fire, the dumpster fire.
Okay.
I remember watching that back, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god! I just watched Kane die."
And
Like
then
that-
next week
and then-
on the show.
Yeah, and then he's there next week.
And then him putting the jumper cables on Shane's balls.
Yes. See, that one didn't affect me as much,
I didn't.
but
That was kind of weak.
yeah.
It wasn't very shocking.
But when Kane with the limo, that one was another one because like I've never seen so much blood on WWE TV. Like how bloody
you
Kane
won't see
was
that
there.
now.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that was crazy.
I'm gonna actually look that up. The one we were talking about, the WCW Hogan Savage versus
It was
what was it?
The Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom. I don't know why. I was gonna say Dumpster of Doom. I mean, that's what they were.
It was a
Yeah.
dumpster fire, that match.
oh,
I'm moving on to the bed,
Oof.
but this is staying on.
That's okay.
Okay.
How do you
Okay,
sit in
so
this chair?
Doomsday Cage match, uncensored 96. I'm gonna share this.
ooh, close game.
So yeah, it was called the Dumpster
Dumpster sounds about right.
I keep on saying Dumpster, but the
You're not
Dungeon Cage match. Let's see if I could. Oh wow, okay. Actually, let me stop sharing that one.
Oh, that's right. It was the Alliance to End Hulkamania.
Yeah. So okay, so looking at it now, it was actually in the ring, but I don't know how they do a whole pay-per-view with that setup.
No, here's the thing: the entranceway had a ring, which was under all the cages, and then you had the actual cage itself, the main ring where it normally would be.
Wow, this is insane. Just looking at it.
Show it on screen, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting for. I don't know if he was busy, but yeah, no, this is it right here. Like this is, I guess the one on the entranceway with the ring with the cages. Just like look at this monstrosity.
Holy
Oh
shit.
man. That's
See, this
crazy.
is why I was saying for the scaffolding, because I remember this.
Let
But
me tell
yeah,
you
no,
something. Those
yeah, go ahead.
matches themselves
Right?
were some of the worst matches I have ever seen. The scaffold matches.
Dude, WCW and WWF in like that era, it's horrible.
Yep.
But see, the WWF didn't do a scaffold match. It was NWA that did the scaffold match.
I'm trying to remember all the ones.
'Cause I do remember NWA doing wait, was it WCW or NWA at the time?
I think it was combined NWA, WCW,
Oh, okay, that's pretty.
because it was the two expresses going at it.
I also remember
It
the
was
Road
midnight.
Warriors at
It was
one point too.
I don't think the Road Warriors ever did a scaffold match, but I
They
know
did, yeah.
they did.
They did.
Okay, but I know
87.
I know the match I'm thinking of was the Midnight Express against the Rock and Roll Express.
Yep, and Cornette gets injured in it was the first ever scaffolding match. Cornette got injured because he took a bad bump.
Oof.
Yeah, he fell from the scaffolding.
Yeah. But yeah, it was Road Warriors and Midnight Express in February of 87.
Mm.
And then see, the two that I remember the most though are probably the two most recent ones, I guess. I don't know if they're most recent technically, but I do remember, I think it was Sting and Vampiro? Or no. It was somebody in Billy Kidman in WCW. And then obviously probably one of the most infamous ones is New Jack and Rick Grimes for XPW.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I thought Dick
Oh.
Grimes died.
Recently, very recent. Well, okay, yeah, that night, yeah, he died. Or you know what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Apparently, ECW did a couple of ones, or they might have
I
done
only knew
one.
of one. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer versus Brian Lee.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Trying to find the one that I remember. Oh, Steve Austin and Terry Taylor versus Bobby Eaton and PN News.
Yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo.
Yo, baby, yo.
That was a scaffold match.
Yeah. Oh, because I just looked up WCW scaffold. So the one I'm thinking of is Shane Douglas versus Billy Kidman. Because I remember Tori being a part of it.
Yep. And she was managing Shane Douglas at the time.
Yes. All right. So, hey, that was a good little discussion about WCW.
Yes.
Like Brain said earlier, is there anything you guys want to talk about?
I want to hear your thoughts because you were there live last night
Yes, I was.
on Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
Grand Salami. So I went to an event at Arthur Ashe where they handed out a bunch of salami for everybody to eat, a bunch of different types of salami from different meat makers.
That was very nice of them.
Yeah, very, very nice of them. And they
And
said,
you
"Oh,
bring any
this
home for us,
no,"
you fucker.
because they got spoiled.
They're
Um,
preserved meat. They couldn't go bad that fast. Don't try
It
and
took-
tell me that.
it
Dude,
took
I'm
me
half
two-
Italian. Don't try to tell me that.
It took me 2.5 hours to get home.
It still ain't gonna go bad that fast.
Well, and plus the way I was sweating, there was all the different types of juices in there. But no. No, I would have put it in my pants and then walked down Times Square.
You
the
might have
hookers
had
would've
a
been
couple
picking you up.
people.
The muggers are, I think, the hookers. But no, yeah. Yesterday was the 4th edition of Grand Slam, Dynamite Grand Slam. Live from
Now,
Arthur Ashe.
I can vouch for this fact,
Mhm.
and I'm sure now you can too. That it is one of the most awesome things to see Bryan Danielson come out and hear him come out to the Final Countdown.
Oh, without a fucking shadow of a doubt. I will still say to this day, I think throughout his entire career, from Ring of Honor, AEW, New Pro Wrestling Noah, WWE,
New
his
Japan.
greatest, New Japan, his greatest entrance ever was, you can look it up. I don't remember if it's 2006 or 2007, but he's it's at the Manhattan Center, which is the room that's right above the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York.
Mhm.
Where they done like the first couple years of Monday Night Raw, yeah. So Ring of Honor was there, and he had a match that night against Kenta, and he comes out, and it's just so insane, the crowd that night and the way they're singing Final Countdown, and like I watch it, it still gives me chills to this day. And to be able to finally for those that didn't watch Dynamite last night, they kicked off Grand Slam with Danielson versus McGuinness, and McGuinness comes out first, like literally no pyro, no show open, like literally they go, we're about to go live on TBS, they do the countdown. Not even like the house lights don't even go down. They're just everybody's cheering. Next thing you know, McGuinness is coming out, and he comes out and he does a little promo, and then Bryan Danielson's music hits, but it's AEW music,
Right.
and then he doesn't show up, and then he's like, start the countdown, and then 5, 6, and I'm just like, yes, they fucking did it. I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm just like, please, just let Danielson come down to Final Countdown. Please give us those ROH feels. And he comes out.
Who was he fighting at that Ring of Honor show at the Manhattan Center?
Kenta.
Kenta?
Yeah. I found the match. I'm just trying to find the entrance because obviously Ring of Honor won't put up that entrance. It might be like Bryan Danielson greatest entrance or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, no, he came out to seeing him come out to Final Countdown was just like, I got it right here. He came out to Final Countdown, and I'm just like I was so lost, and like I was just like right in the moment, like nothing else mattered. And then he goes up to the corner, does the one. We give the one to Bryan Danielson, not to Roman Reigns. He did it first. But yeah, no, he goes up and you just hear the whole. Mind you, because this stadium could fit 22,000. There wasn't 22,000 last night. I would say there's roughly 8,000 to 10,000 last night. But when they put that top down, man, that place gets loud. And just to hear everybody go final countdown. My God,
Oh,
still get chills. But I'm gonna.
All right, you're in a decent sized arena for that.
Yeah. Oh, this is not an arena. This is like.
I know it's the tennis courts.
Yeah, it's much bigger. The way they design the sound space for this is beautiful.
Okay, imagine hearing that same song, that same feeling, getting that same feeling in a place that makes Broadway Rec Center look like Madison Square Garden. And Dollar Bill knows exactly which place I'm talking about.
Edison?
True.
Yep. Inman Sports Complex.
Yep. So yeah, this is it. I'm just muting just in case because we don't have the money to pay for Final Countdown.
What was it, 100,000?
It was like 100,000 for like 2 or 3 minutes. I think it is. But yeah, no. So this is like the whole brrr, and my mind just went to this.
Mm-hmm.
And because this is so cool because it's like the whole blacked out, like the whole place is blacked out, but that one spotlight is on him, and they stick with this shot the entire time. And then, like look at this, and then he comes in, and then when he gets down to the final countdown, my mind just went right here.
Yep,
this is where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
So specifically, it's on the Ring of Honor. I looked it up here. It's where is it? It's up here. Give me some time. I did a lot of scrolling. It's right here. The Ring of Honor website or the YouTube page. Back, before Tony Khan bought them, they would put up throwback matches, and so you can watch the whole match here. It's Bryan Danielson versus Kenta at Glory by Honor 5, Night 2 in 2006.
Okay, cool.
Damn, that far back.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I went right back to that moment, and it was a hell of a match, and it was very technical. It's the style of wrestling that I enjoy. So, but yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about from that night?
What are your thoughts on the Young Bucks
Can I just
match?
Hold on, go ahead, Dollar Bill.
I just want to point out two things real quick. First off, I kind of figured they were going to do that for Final Countdown because the way that was presented, I was like, yeah, you got they were not going to just put the regular theme song number one. Number two, that first match, and this is coming from somebody who hasn't seen them wrestle in a long time. I was damn impressed with their athleticism.
With who? McGinnis?
Yeah.
He said that when he got released from TNA, he didn't have that drive anymore because he didn't want to go back to Ring of Honor and work that style because it was still a hard-hitting style. And WWE wasn't giving him any calls. So he retired from an in-ring and he went back to Ring of Honor as a stage, not a stagehand, but a management type position, and then also color commentator. Before he got signed to WWE. But yeah, no, he went. A lot of people thought that he retired because of his neck injuries, which he did have injuries, but he said that wasn't the main reason why he retired. And JP. To get your opinion on the Young Bucks match, I'm not gonna lie, this was maybe the only match of the night where I legitimately got lost in the moment. The suspension of disbelief was achieved, and I was maybe the only person in that crowd cheering for the Young Bucks. Because everybody, every time Ospreay would hit a sling blade or Fletcher would hit a pin, and the crowd would go 1, 2, and I'm like no, and then he kicks out. I'm like yes, thank God. And then I'm the only person in the crowd going EVP trigger. So but yeah, no, I'm probably maybe the one of a couple of Young Bucks fans Yeah, I thought my seat was lower down, so I was gonna bring a sign that said "Young Bucks, then, now, forever."
Kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool if I was lower down. Maybe I could do it for Full Gear.
Yeah. That
Maybe.
one spot that did the driver for the on the
Oh.
apron looked really
Yeah, but
I
I'll tell you what. Sorry for no. Go ahead, Silent Assassin.
good. Yeah,
I
sorry.
think Full Gear tickets go on sale tomorrow.
So, pre-sale actually went on sale today.
Mm.
Yeah, they gave a code last night.
Mhm.
But so they had the normal stage set up. So from my seat, the curve of the big screen like fucked me over. So I couldn't see that. I couldn't see the actual code that well. But Prudential Center sent me a code, so I'm good on that. I think they go on public on sale tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
fuck,
That spot did look great though.
And
I'm
also,
just gonna say that.
yeah, no. So from my say that again, Assassin.
and earlier that same day, GCW is going to be at the
American Mall.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Mind you, also, I might not go to that show because getting to American Mall and then going to Newark would probably be a hassle through public transportation.
Oh,
But I will definitely go the next day. So the next day they're doing blood sport in White Eagle Hall again.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and maybe I'll magically teleport Brain here so he get me to meet somebody again.
Yeah, not happening, dude.
You don't like magic teleportation?
Listen, after what happened to Mel Brooks in Spaceballs, no, I ain't fucking with that.
I watched that last night. Yep.
But I gotta watch that again. But Dollar Bill, getting back
Tell
to
me my ass was so big.
we found shit.
All right.
But yeah, Dollar Bill, getting back to what you were saying. So
It's as big as mine.
I don't know if WWE has their ring set up like this, but from the way I was seeing the AEW ring, it felt like there was so much more space between like where the ropes are to where the end of the ring is. So like you think it's like, oh my god, there's so little space, how they can do that. But then like you look at it and it's like, at least in AEW, it looks like they could just walk. Like it looks like there's no need, like you have so much space there that you could do like a sitting pile driver and like none of your ass will hang off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems
it's
like
just-
they have like 1.5 to 2 feet of space from where the ropes are to the edge of the apron.
Yeah, that's exactly what it seemed like.
So I'm thinking that might be like a 26-foot ring.
So I
26-foot ring.
I think it's 20 around the apron, but it's like 18 between the ropes. Because that's how I think those are how the style of like Japanese rings are. So I think that's what AEW did, is like try to mimic a Japanese ring. Because that was the one thing I always noticed with Japanese rings. It doesn't matter if it's like New Japan, Noah, All Japan, or something like that. They have a lot of space between the ropes and the edge of the apron.
It's a 20 by 20 and it's 19 by 19 inside the ropes.
Okay, so it's probably also forced perspective, but yeah, no, they look like they have a ton of space there, but yeah, no, that Meltzer driver from the ring side, yeah, that was an insane. I don't think I've actually ever seen that.
That's nuts, though.
Now the question is, does Don
yeah.
Callis cost Will Ospreay the match next week?
Okay, seeing how they came out last night, I have a prediction.
Mhm.
I think catch the how does anybody remember the specific injury that Trent Beretta got?
No.
Okay, yeah, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But what I feel like is going to happen. So last night when they came out. You know, when Osprey and Fletcher came out, they came out. Even though they came out to Osprey's music, they had the United Empire gimmicks up.
Mhm.
Yes.
So what I feel like is going to be what's going to happen is that depending on how bad Trent is hurt, he might come back, and then Mark Davis might come back. So we're going to get a Cal's family versus United Empire story.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
Hmm.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, because I don't feel like Fletcher's going to turn. Um, but obviously, like you can't have a babyface Fletcher with a majority heel faction with Don
Yeah.
Callis.
Yeah.
So I feel like Fletcher is not going to turn. It's going to be Callis turning on Fletcher.
Interesting.
I can see that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so real quick, because I'm gonna hop off of here in a couple minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Hashtag hotel life sucks. Anyways, John Moxley won Darby Allin's title shot last night.
Yes.
I'm gonna run this around to everybody. Does Moxley retire Brian Danielson in 2 weeks at Wrestle Dream? And start with Brain.
I'm gonna say no. I'm still gonna say I'm gonna agree with what you said to me earlier before we started the show, that it's gonna be Darby who's gonna finish it off at
At World's End.
World's End. Yeah.
Mr. Dollar Bill.
Moxley to retire Danielson. When is the event again?
October 12th, 2 weeks.
That's for Wrestle Dream.
Isn't this around the time when he said he wanted to retire, or was it in February?
He said his goal was to retire at Wrestle Dream because it's his hometown.
Then yeah, he's gonna he's gonna be retired. So Moxley will retire. I mean, unless he wins one more match and then just says, "That's it, I'm done."
Mr. Clinton.
I say yes, mainly because I think he will. Now, although he did go back on his word in terms of he didn't want to be a world champion, but at least in AEW, but Tony Khan was very persuasive. So I think we could see a situation where he goes back on his word again, but I don't think so. I think he retires in a couple weeks. Now remember, he's retiring as a full-time wrestler. He's not retiring solely from active wrestling. It's just he's just retiring on a full-time basis. So he still will come back to have an occasional match here and there. But at least in terms as a full-time wrestler, yeah, he's calling it at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
And Mr. Silent Assassin.
I'm going to say no.
Mm.
I don't think Mox is going to retire Danielson. I think somebody else should be the one to dethrone Danielson for that title.
Who would that be?
Hangman Adam Page. The most hated man in W right now, in my opinion.
You, oh, sorry.
Oh no! All I was going to talk about, yeah, for spoilers for Collision. Yeah, no, he had a very intense matchup last night.
No spoilers.
No spoilerinos.
No spoilers for you.
So my thoughts on the whole thing is he holds the title until World's End in December, and that's where Darby takes it from him.
So, the original plan was for Darby, but now that they have Moxley heel, they kind of understand that that's the bigger marquee matchup.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they're going with Moxley instead of Allen, because they have been considering Allen for a world title run. Now this is why I think Moxley's going to win, and then eventually Allen will beat Moxley. But what I could see happening is Christian. He has a full calendar year to cash in that contract. I think it might be more sooner rather than later. I think, you know what I could see happening? I could see Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Moxley and Danielson going to a draw where there's time limit or whatever, and then Christian coming out to pick up the loose ends.
Mm.
I think Christian is going to have a much bigger role in losing the championship. I do think Christian will be AEW World Champion.
Yeah. Oh,
I think he will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think he will be. He will cash in, and it will be a successful cash in.
So long as he can find a pen.
Yes. Yeah.
That was funny with Kim Sabian coming in and taking the pen last night. That was great.
See, when
Right.
that happened, right? I thought Moxley was going to come down and the new group to kick his ass. That didn't happen. So basically, what happened was, go ahead.
When he went through the curtain to pay Kim Sabian to get the pen,
Yeah,
and there's Claudio and Pac. Like he's like, yeah, I
Yes.
think I better not do this now.
yes, I do remember that.
Mhm.
And so basically, that's when the show went to commercial, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So in the arena, they just lifted the lights back. They go dark for the commercial, and then when the lights just come back out, they just play Danielson's theme music, and he did a little, a little dance, a little like thank you to the crowd.
hmm
Thank you, Brian.
All right. So I'm out. I'm.
All right,
I'll
Jake.
talk to you guys.
Peace, man.
Sounds good.
Bye,
It's
guys.
good seeing you. Have a good one.
Always a pleasure. You too.
Man, this guy have a roof, I swear.
Yeah.
Just luck to him. I hope things improve. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Don't want to be rude. All right, so
But we still got a whole lot of time here. So is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
let's see
Potentially
about-
from Grand Slam?
I'm
let's-
seeing some. I'm actually seeing some bubbling with Willow.
Okay.
That one.
Willow, because Mariah was going to do some damage to Yuka after the match, and Willow comes out and makes the save. Then Amina comes out and distracts Willow, and she gets clocked by Mariah and the belt. So I think
Yes.
the next in line for to fight Mariah is Willow Nightingale.
That's what it's.
That.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Especially since I saw today I was actually talking this with some other friends, but I saw this today. Stardom actually announced. I don't know when, but Stardom actually announced that Tony Storm is actually going to appear back in Stardom. It's a tag match. Let me look up the specific match. It's a tag match with Termina versus Christ, I forget her name, but with Mayu Iwatani.
Mm.
Give me a second. I'm gonna look at Azumi. Sorry, Azumi. So it's Azumi and Mayu Iwatani versus Mina Shirakawa and Tony Storm. So we might not see Tony Storm for a little bit in AEW.
Wow.
So what that means is,
I think that's a good thing because it was oversaturated with the timeless Tony Storm. So I think a little bit of a break from Tony Storm is a good thing.
I would actually have to tend to disagree with that. I think she was still very popular with the AEW fans, and I think she was still very liked within the AEW fandom.
I'm not arguing that, but
yeah. So
I'm saying that it's time to let somebody else shine for a little while, and then have her come back and get back into the swing of things.
Yeah,
I'm not saying she's not still over.
Yeah, okay.
Without a doubt, she is. She is still very over. But the whole timeless Tony Storm thing, it got oversaturated. It got overplayed at times, and I think a switch up to Mariah May, and now having Mariah fighting Willow would be a good compromise to kind of buffer things between the eras of Tony Storm.
I mean, I would have to disagree with you in terms of the character of Tony Storm. I still believe that the character in every time it came out, it was still very popular with the fans, and the fans still enjoyed it. There wasn't a negative reaction to that gimmick yet. So I feel like the character was still working. Now, I could see what you're saying in terms of she kind of ran her course as champion, and it was time for her to, I don't want to say step down as champion, but, it was time for somebody else's run with the belt.
Yeah.
So I could agree with you on that. So, yeah, and it's the old thing of take them away until they want it, until they miss it again, so that when she comes back, that pop's going to be huge.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. She had a very good run, without a doubt. She had one of the best runs of anybody who's ever held the women's title. Okay, it was time to let somebody else shine. Give her a little break. Let her rest up a little bit, heal up from any injuries she may have. She may still be wrestling elsewhere. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying she's not. But I think that by going this route and having somebody else as champion, giving her a break, just giving everybody a break from the timeless Tony Storm character, despite how hot and over she was, will whet people's appetites for when she does come back.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when she does come back, and I guarantee you she's going to bring back that timeless Tony Storm character because it was so fucking over, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
The pop is going to blow the roof off of whatever building they're in.
No, I agree. And it's going to be good to see Willow get some time here. But although Mina, it looks like Mina will be spending more time in the United States, so it's going to be interesting to where that story plays out. If Mina does go to the dark side with Mariah, or if she's tries to set Mariah straight. So it's going to be interesting to see where that story goes.
Yeah, she did look confused yesterday when Mariah picked her up and started dancing around with her. She's like,
Yes.
I didn't mean for that to happen. No, 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 I didn't mean. No,
Mhm.
Yep.
that wasn't supposed to happen.
And you could tell like she was trying to work things out with Yuka.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, that's going to be an interesting story on where that goes. One thing I do want to ask you guys about, maybe one of the worst kept secrets was now finally revealed yesterday with the debut of Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. So he, for those that don't know, Prince Nana was there to give an update. One thing I actually didn't know, I don't. I'm surprised I actually didn't know this. Nana is actually a local boy. He's from the New York area.
Hmm.
Um, hold on. Good night. Good night.
Good night, sweetheart.
Did you hear me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was just my mother. Um,
Sound good.
but no, yeah. So, yeah. Nana's actually from New York. I didn't know this.
Mhm.
So he comes out to give an update on Swerve. Long story short, Swerve is not cleared yet, but I think actually Swerve is filming a movie or a TV show or something like that.
Hmm.
So, yeah, he's gonna take some time off, and then out of nowhere, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I hear the roar of the crowd, and I see this guy come out with a walking stick. I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" Mind you, I'm all the way like up here, you know,
Yeah.
like in this upper
Yeah.
level here. Oh, fucking pen. Um, Pretty much, of an upper level, so I can't fucking even with my glasses, I can't see shit. And then I hear the crowd start to chant MVP, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's MVP. And he starts talking, oh, Swerve Strickland, blah blah blah. I'll be a real manager, blah blah blah. That's pretty much the gist of the promo.
Yeah.
And he
Wow.
goes, if he wants to talk, I'm ready to talk business. And I'm thinking, oh shit, Lashley's gonna come out and fucking stick Nana. Now that didn't happen. They're probably gonna build up to it eventually, maybe at the pay per view. Uh, Lashley come out, but yeah. So what I wanted to ask was, what's your guys' opinion on one of the new members of the All Elite roster?
MVP, you said?
Yes, MVP. He's coming in
Yeah.
at. Say that
You
again.
said all elite. It threw me off. Because I keep thinking like the elite as in like joining up with the Young Bucks. I thought this MVP
Oh,
just came
no.
out for himself. That's what threw me off. I was like,
Yeah, when we say he's All Elite, that's when they sign with the company.
I remember it now with the sign.
Yeah.
Well, I'm of the opinion that he could that MVP is charismatic. He does know how to get a crowd. He does know. I think I see him better as a manager rather than a wrestler. To be honest,
Mhm.
like he knows how to build whoever he's managing. He's like he can
Yes.
build them up.
Hmm.
Very
He's got
good promo.
experience. Oh yeah, like he can do it. I think he'd make a good fit here, especially to help the up and comers if they listen, of course. But I remember hearing something earlier today from our old best friend ever, Meltzer, and I was
Yeah.
talking about. Yep, I was talking about that. It's nice, but they need more younger talent. Like it's nice bringing MVP, but they need more younger talent to come in, and that the younger crowd's not going to relate to MVP as well.
I can tell you right now that was a lie last night. That place fucking blew up for MVP. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they blew up for MVP, and like they were very very loud, and she's not coming alone. So
Oh no,
go ahead, Brian.
Lashley's coming over. Shelton's going to come over.
Those are rumors as of now, but with now MVP debuting, those are most likely to happen.
Yeah.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to add. So I don't think it's just going to be Lashley and Benjamin doing like a Hurt Business gimmick. I think they're going to add. Now, if you ask me, off the top of my mind, I think the perfect additions would be members of the Shane Taylor promotions. Because I think Shane Taylor especially deserves his big break. He deserves it so fucking much. I've been saying that since his Ring of Honor days. Yeah, he might come across as like an overweight dude, but he's so fucking good. And mind you, he's also lost a ton of weight since his ROH days. So he's way fucking too good. I think he deserves like a legitimate shot. I'd love to see him make a run at like a TBS or a TNT title. But
We
yeah,
don't want him to
no,
make a run at the TBS title.
I forget which
He will-
one.
He will hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Or even possible, get hurt by somebody.
True. True.
Always.
No, yeah, I forget which. Like, I always get the channels mixed up sometimes. But yeah, no. I think I would love to see him make a run for like a TNT title, and because he's like I've been saying it for so goddamn long. He's so goddamn good. I think if Ring of Honor was never sold, he would have been a Ring of Honor champion.
Very
But,
bold.
yeah. So I can tell you right now, like it's not going to just be Lashley and Benjamin. I think they're going to come in and they're going to help elevate some people in the company. And
You know
that's
who I could see
that,
pulling into
who?
work with them? Private Party.
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
I mean,
they've
you know what?
kind of been lost in the shuffle in the tag team division.
Well, I'll tell you what. They're starting to get a little bigger, like role because they were.
Action, but they're still
Yeah.
spinning their wheels for the most part.
You know why I wouldn't do that though? Because a lot of people are gonna say that they're just copying WWE when you take a tag team that's very joyous, not established, but very joyous and very like they're very similar to the Street
much
Profits, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you do remember one of MVP's last things in WWE was, you know, making the Street Profits serious and trying to help them, and you know they were turning heel and all that. So if you do with the Private Party, there's just going to people be like, "Oh, we got the Street Profits at home. The Street Profits at home." They're going to just, you know, those WWE stands are just going to shit on it without even watching it. So I feel like running Private Party for them might be a little too dangerous. You know who I would love to see? The other two members of the Cage of Agony, I think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Khan is one guy. So I remember him not from I remember him from the Ring of Honor days because he used to be in a tag team called Soldiers of Savagery. And this guy, man, he looks so fucking good even back then. Beautiful look, like beautiful. You could tell he was a little green, but man, he had it. So he is one guy that I would love to see this new Hurt Business, whatever they're going to call it. I would like to see them take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
It definitely would work. Although you
Say
think
that again?
it is definitely could work. Now I was just also wondering when I saw the whole Nana thing. I was like, a feud with MVP and Nana and
Yeah, I think it's going to lead to an eventual match, probably at Full Gear, because you know Swerve might come back at Wrestle Dream. So I think at least maybe at Full Gear you're going to see Swerve versus Lashley.
Awesome, man.
If he's
Awesome.
cleared.
I think I think he'll be cleared. It just depends on how long he takes to film the movie.
Hmm.
So yeah, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about from Grand Slam? Anything else on your mind?
I think we
The
pretty much
retirement of
covered
the
Grand Slam.
No, there's still a couple others. I mean, it's still minor stuff, but still something to cover. Did we cover the what about the whole thing with the FTW title being retired?
Yes. So there was an FTW match. Roderick Strong and Hook, eventually did win. One thing I loved was that Roderick Strong adhered to the code of honor and shook Hook's hand after the match, because this is the one thing I hate about wrestling sometimes is they'll make some of your favorites heels, and I don't like that. I still cheer for my favorites, so I'm still a big fan of Roddy Strong and of the Kingdom all day, every day. Like I'm maybe one of the 12, 20 people you'll find that it will say that I'm a Matt Taven fan. I love that dude. So like I was actually, when he was in the triple threat for the Ring of Honor title match at G1 Supercard, I was maybe one of the only few in the building actually cheering for him. So yeah. Yeah, to see them shake Hook's hand, it was a very cool thing to see. It was
Good match too, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah.
Very good match. And then so I see them go for the interview after the match, and I'm thinking, oh shit, somebody's going to come out, and this is Hook's next referee. And then Tony Schiavone's first line is, in 1998, your father introduced this belt 3 miles away from here. It's like, okay, that's interesting. And then he goes on, then like Hook's next line is, every good thing must come to an end. What the fuck is he talking about? And then, obviously, yeah. And then he obviously hands the belt over to Taz. I'm like, oh, really? They're really going to end the FTW championship. So, I thought it was a nice little gesture. And honestly, if there's any other place to do it, it's, in Queens.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support, Metal E.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we got a little comment there. Somebody came in, dropped by to show some support. So
One of my peeps. One of my
Hey,
people.
Metal Lee, how you doing?
We appreciate the support. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, it was that surprise. That was an interesting surprise, and
Yeah.
I don't think even Taz
But I
ever
think
realized it.
there's another reason behind it.
Okay,
Aside from the fact that they don't really recognize it as an AEW title
right.
because it wasn't an AEW created title.
Yeah, it was the FTW title. There was no, it wasn't really tied to one company.
Mm-hmm.
Lay it on,
yeah,
brother.
his
contract is due to expire very soon.
Who, Hook?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's staying. I don't think he's leaving. There are certain guys, I think Daniel Garcia might stay. Then there's guys like Miro apparently wants out, which I wouldn't mind losing him. He's not I'm not saying he really didn't shine much, and every time he did get an opportunity, he got hurt. So he's just had very poor luck. So and especially because now there's so many I don't want to say bigger stars, but there's bigger name values in the company over Miro. So I think it'd be better just to give him an opportunity elsewhere, let him see what's out there. I'm not sure if he goes back to WWE, but I think a company like TNA or MLW would absolutely use his services. Ricky Starks probably has one foot out the door, just waiting to go to WWE.
Oh, Ricky Starks is out the door, man, already.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that whole feud with that whole when he was in that promo battle with Copeland, and
Yeah.
Copeland basically called him like a knockoff Rock. That killed him. So and plus, like I'm not in the line of keeping people in the company that don't want to be there. If he wants to go, let him go. But if he wants to stay with AEW, give him a shot.
It's like, you want to go, go. You want to stay, then let's do something for him.
See, this is why I wish that Ring of Honor was like its own separate roster and its own separate company, because
I
then
agree.
you could do so much more with so many names, and then like you just take one weekend and you just do a Universal Studios, and like it doesn't have to be like a whole rotating schedule. You just Universal Studios, and maybe every now and then you do a couple of matches before each one of the AEW shows. That's it. Doesn't have to be
Simple.
too big. Yeah, something simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I mean, like there's some people like supposedly Kevin Owens hasn't signed his new WWE contract, and it's supposed to be up within like the next 6 months or so. If he hits the market, I like badly want AEW to sign him. Because if you guys know, like I'm big fucking Kevin. Doesn't matter if it's Kevin Steen or Kevin Owens. Fucking big fan of him.
Yep.
I was he was like a main reason why I went into Ring of Honor, because I saw his work. Him and the Young Bucks were like the two reasons why I became a fan of Ring of Honor. So I'm always gonna have love for that dude. So if he's available, so the rumor is if he does become available, AEW is gonna throw him a big money deal, which is something I'm very happy with Tony Khan for. Although I feel like he should have done that for Julia as well.
Yeah.
But then again, apparently, like Rossi was in her ear to have her sign with WWE. So I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, no. If Kevin Owens becomes available, I wouldn't mind losing like Ricky Starks, Miro, a couple other guys to get Kevin Owens. Especially, the Young Bucks are definitely going to want to bring him in. They're best friends, still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys know the story of when Cody first hit not free agency, when he first left WWE. Kevin Owens got Cody in touch with the Young Bucks. That's how they became best friends. So Kevin Owens, man, if he's available, I want him.
Because pretty much he's done pretty much everything he could in WWE when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else is there left?
He's a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ultimate. That's the penultimate achievement, being a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah. Like you can say
the only thing above that is Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Here he got that pretty much.
And he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Even if he's not with the company at the time.
You could say that, he didn't win the Royal Rumble. He can't do everything, and
that may never have even been a goal.
Yeah. So it all comes down because this is the great thing about AEW, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean this from a company's perspective. I mean this more from a business perspective. That now he has an option.
Yes.
If his contract expires, he can use and leverage AEW to get a better deal, because that's what a lot of people did. Randy Orton was one of them, a WWE lifer, and he leveraged AEW to get a better deal with WWE. I mean, even when AEW first started and AJ Styles re-signed with WWE back then, 5 years ago, he said he got a pay raise just because AEW existed. And he went on to thank the Bucks, like through text or a call or something like that. He said, thank you for starting AEW because I got a pay raise because of you guys.
That's
Now the question is, his contract is coming up soon.
Now he did say, if I remember right, that the last one he signed might end up being his last one. I mean, there's even rumors right now that he's probably going to retire. I feel like I don't know if you guys would agree with me on this, but I feel like his last match should be with TNA. Even though he's spent more time from a match standpoint and a year standpoint with WWE, I think. No, not from a year standpoint, but from our matches. He's had more matches in WWE than TNA. I feel like his last match should be with TNA because he is Mr. TNA. He hasn't been with the company in 10 years. I still consider him Mr. TNA. He's the greatest wrestler to come out of that company. He fucking single-handedly built that company. He was so loyal to the brand. I'm not sure if you guys know this. In 2016, he wanted to sign back with TNA instead of going to WWE.
Mhm.
And TNA didn't want to.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. So, yeah, he wanted to go
All right.
back to TNA instead of going to WWE, but Dixie Carter, being the fucking not-so-great business person that she was,
The douche canoe.
yeah, like Jeff Jarrett has said, he was TNA through and through. Like, he was willing to take as much as a 50% pay cut to stay there, and they pretty much forced him out. But yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
the
feel-
business.
yeah,
Nobody ever said wrestling promoters were smart.
nope.
Nope.
And I feel like now that they've rebranded back to TNA, I feel like there's no better place for him to retire. He needs to retire at TNA.
I would tend to agree with you on that one.
I
Well,
agree
I'd
with
love to
that,
see
yeah.
him retire in WWE. TNA is his home. TNA
Yeah.
is his original home. He needs to go back. He needs to go back home.
I think just one match, and it could be like against anyone. So it could be like I would have said Chris Sabin or like Alex Shelley, but you know they're on their way to WWE.
How about Frankie Kazarian?
Could be Kazarian, longtime friend. I mean, one name that I think would be like one of the better names of TNA over the last like 5 or so years, fucking Josh Alexander. I think that'd be an amazing match. Who's a TNA champ now? Ziggler. No, I don't think Ziggler would be a good match. Well, I mean, like a respectful match, I should say. A respectful, for AJ's last match. Kazarian might actually be a really, really, really good choice. But yeah, no, I don't care against who. I want to see him retire in TNA.
You would think that. I mean, that would probably be the best bet.
That would be the most logical bet. Now, obviously, he might have. There's a lot of people saying that he already had his last match. He worked since Backlash, which was what, May?
Yeah.
He's pretty much only worked a couple of he worked a loop in Japan for WWE. Their first Japan shows in 5 years, I think it was. So he worked those.
Damn.
Other than that, he pretty much hasn't worked. And, what happened?
Huh?
Now, the Giants lost.
Oh, I thought you were turning into a pirate there.
Aye, right eye.
Righty.
But yeah, no. So he hasn't really worked much, and there's rumors that he may have retired. Because he's pretty much just sitting at home now, and they don't know if his contract is up at the end of this year or the early next year. Probably because of injury time.
Cowboys won.
So I mean, I could tell you the final score right now. I got Sleeper app open. It was 20-15.
Damn.
I got CD Lamb on my fantasy team. That's why.
I have Malik
Gotcha.
on my fantasy leagues.
He's out. He got concussed.
Yeah.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
And apparently Michael Parsons got hurt too.
Yep. Yep. The burial ground that is
Oh, look at that.
MetLife Stadium.
Speaking of MetLife,
Oh
Mhm.
yes, yeah, the big news that came out actually today.
yeah,
Talk to me.
Yeah, that's gonna
apparently
be insane.
WWE announced that next year, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam will be at MetLife Stadium on Saturday, August 2nd and Sunday, August 3rd of 2025.
So
Get.
I had a feeling that they were gonna do a 2-night SummerSlam. Did not expect it to be here or for local for us. I should say.
Yeah, I thought they were going to wait till they go to Minnesota in 2 years.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
They
that's
announced
everybody's
2026 before they announced 2025.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
fucking stupid.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
They don't even do that for WrestleMania.
No. Well, no, yeah, they don't. But have you guys seen the say they released the image of it? Did you see at the bottom of the image? Did you see the city? It's at the bottom of the image or the SummerSlam for New Jersey. It's fucking Jersey City.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I was like, that's not even MetLife Stadium. I'm like, wait, what fucking city is that? And then I realized, oh, that's Jersey City. Probably they won't show Newark because Newark is pretty much turned into AEW town.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want
WWE hasn't run Newark in 5 years. I was at that last show.
they can't even say East Rutherford.
Well, no, because they got it. I mean, you know what? That actually brings up. I'm surprised they haven't put New York branding on this. That they're just calling it New Jersey. I'm like, oh, but you wouldn't do that for fucking WrestleMania 10 years ago.
Right.
5 years ago too.
Yeah, 5 years ago too. Yeah, you're right.
5 years ago and 11 years ago.
Yeah, they had to shoehorn New York in there, but for SummerSlam, it's New Jersey. I think it's
Yeah.
because of they saw the NHL do the Stadium Series from New Jersey, and they had fucking 70,000 plus each night. So I don't feel like WWE does that. I think they're gonna have. If you notice with SummerSlams, they've done not the full stadium, but like partial stadiums for SummerSlams.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I feel like they're gonna have probably 50,000 each night.
That's a bold number.
Yeah, because I mean, you're looking at roughly 60% of the stadium. If you go off of base of Cleveland, you're looking at roughly 60 to 70,000 or 60% of the stadium, and MetLife sits 80,000. So you're looking at maybe 50,000 each night.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, even Cleveland wasn't even sold out, I don't think, because not every
No.
seat was.
If you look at the hard side camera, it's pretty much all tarps.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So even Nashville, that's the last. Like, I don't know about Detroit. I think Detroit they didn't use the full stadium. They cut it like probably around the 20-yard line, and then I know Nashville they didn't use the full thing. So there was a lot of empty seats in Nashville. So I don't understand why the SummerSlam is the like they can't do the full stadium, but for WrestleMania when it's more expensive tickets, they're able to sell it out. I don't understand that.
Makes you things that make you go,
Things that make you go no.
Damn it, monitor problems.
Like what Silent Assassin shared earlier. The prices for WrestleMania next year.
There you go. Say that again. I was having monitor issues.
The prices for the first 3 rows of WrestleMania next year have been released.
Las
Silent
Vegas.
Assassin. Yeah, take it away.
So for first row, it would cost you like 50,000 for both nights, and then rows 2 and 3 would be like 30, between like 20 or 30,000 for both nights.
This ain't the fucking Super Bowl.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
It's the WWE's version of the Super Bowl.
Still, it's like the most I've ever seen is probably like 5,000 for ringside.
I mean, they're in Vegas, which I get like why they would probably make that much. I'm like,
But it's Vegas, so it's going to be
gamble.
mostly tourists, you know?
Look, just gamble, you'll make the money back, okay? Let's go count some cards.
Oh, dude, with my luck, we're gone after one roll. You're going to pull the lever, the slot machine, and it's just going to say you lose. It's not even going to do the thing. I'm like, yo, why aren't you doing the thing? Nope, you just lose. You lose.
You just lost the game.
Yeah.
Some people.
So
Yeah, but no, Medley's got a point there. People will pay for it.
oh yeah, without a doubt they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's consumer friendly.
No, that's agree with.
But yeah, no, people are going to pay for that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's not consumer friendly. It's not the average person friendly.
Yeah. It's not like the Brain Trust friendly.
Yeah. Or
I don't think the
BMW.
four of us combined could come up with the money for one night.
Oh, I could.
No. I mean, actually, you know what? But I mean, I got not life savings, but you know, I was given savings from a passing of my father. That's not even half of it. But
Yeah, that's just like, would you want to spend it? I mean, like it doesn't seem like it's anything really that says, yeah, greed and money hungry.
yeah, and plus, like even the Super Bowl, I don't even think the Super Bowl, like at face value, I don't even think it's 50,000 for like front row. Hold on,
No.
let me take a look at this.
Yeah, let's take a
Super
look.
Bowl ticket prices. So for this year's game, which is actually at the which it was actually in Las Vegas, so it's the same building. The cheapest face value ticket directly by the NFL was sold for $2,000.
2,000. What the hell you get for 50,000? I mean, I better get a stripper on my lap for that one.
Yeah, really.
But here's the thing, right? So last minute resale tickets. So these are user generated prices. We're going for as high as 37,000. So
Each
that's
night?
well. This is for the Super Bowl, so it's only one
Oh,
night.
okay.
Oh, okay, but that's just the actual just Super Bowl, not a package.
But those were resales. That wasn't. Yeah, they were resale tickets. So it's not even a package, and it's not even at face value. It's higher than face value.
That's weird.
I don't know. Just Metal Leah said it better. It's greed and money hungry, and that's which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, I have no intention of going, and like I don't even have an intention of going for SummerSlam. If I get a free ticket, I'll probably go.
Silent Assassin, what's your take on this?
I think the prices for the first 3 rows of WrestleMania is a little ridiculous, and I take that with a grain of salt. Because,
Can I ask who released this report or who released this news article?
I can tell you
Yeah, who was it?
1 second.
Because if you say take it with a grain of salt, that probably means it's not coming directly from WWE or a WWE source.
Not somebody else, maybe.
Which means that like you said, it may not be true.
It might, if it's coming from the whole, like from the venue, That's
Yeah.
there's something else. That's something else because I've seen places like I've seen a hotel down in Atlanta, for example, for Dragon Con that they wanted about $1 million, but it was not really for sale. It was just a placeholder.
Like, what do you mean? Like $1 million to rent
Hold on,
out a
let me see.
venue?
Now, rent $1 million to get the room, but if you waited, you would have got for like the normal price.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Oh,
Was that the building that was it the hotel that the conference was taking place, or the Dragon Con was taking place?
No, it's one of the hotels.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah. Wait, what's
okay.
that?
Check the chat.
What is this?
Not-
I can't even
not-
see it.
Not the Facebook one.
Yeah, here. I'm like, I tried to click on, nothing happened.
I posted a link.
Yeah, but it went straight to your phone. It looks like.
Yeah, I went to the private chats.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Hang on one second. I'll take care of this.
All right.
So,
In the first half against Lazio, you defended so well.
I'm
Alright,
not going to let it go through. All right, you know what?
You have it on your screen?
Give me a second.
Against Lazio, because you were set up in a very compact way. No,
Let me bring it back up.
forward, because we had the ball.
Yeah, if you have it up, it's like you just share the screen.
We are defending. That's the truth. It's the difference.
Okay, it won't go through. Just hang on. I got to do it this way. Hang on.
There's a way. There's always a way.
Nope, file couldn't be accessed. So.
Organization at the moment, Milan don't seem mentally right.
You know, just post a picture in the normal group chat.
Are you going to be into
Yeah, we'll take a look
Yeah.
at it.
into our super favorite?
But I did.
I haven't seen anything.
Like scoring more goals than Inter. That's how you win a match.
As I say,
Which chat did you post it in? Oh, here it is. Hang on. I got it.
Oh, I see it here.
You speak about
Okay, so
managing the ball. It's the best way.
I'm seeing it here.
It's the concept.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that because it's just some dude with a check mark. You know.
Yeah.
So I've never heard that account. So
how many people they have? Like with their follower list?
You're not gonna be able to click on because my buddy sent me a screenshot of it.
Oh, it's just a screenshot.
Yeah.
I think many clubs think like that.
let's take a look. Elite Club SOB. I'm gonna. Yeah, I just want to say for everybody here, this is not us giving an endorsement to the guy. So please do not follow him or. Okay, first off, there's like 2 accounts. This guy has 31,000, but he's also talking about sports betting. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, at this point, we just take it as rumor.
Yeah.
It's a rumor.
It's definitely a rumor.
He got it. It's not a tumor, it's a rumor. I call the whole thing off. Yeah. But
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I doubt it's gonna be that high. That's
Ticketmaster doesn't even have anything like released yet.
No.
yeah, I think
So-
that's got nothing.
Tickets do come out next month.
Against Liverpool, if your style is about keeping
We'll see.
Yeah.
months together and a match this important against Liverpool, you couldn't keep up.
Oh, man.
Isn't that serious?
We shall see.
We shall see. We shall go forward.
Voltaire's in the house.
Voltaire.
About
is
damn
in
time you
the
joined the pun.
house.
So the one thing I will say about the that last match, the main event of Grand Slam, I really thought Darby Allin was going to do a coffin drop onto John Moxley from the corner to the outside on the steel steps.
That would have been good.
Because the way they had that set up.
The wall.
Who cares about the Dodgers?
Yankees
That's-
are division
Fuck the
champions.
Dodgers.
Hey, so the Yankees nuts wins, as he says.
I'll tell you
so.
what. When I went to California earlier this year, man, I still can't believe I went to a fucking game in San Francisco. That place is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
And
you
I-
enjoyed it though.
I enjoyed it, but it was like still like a fever dream. It was like I still can't believe I was in San Francisco and I got to see a game at that ballpark. It's such a legendary ballpark.
That was legendary.
This is awesome.
So, any final thoughts about
Grand Slam?
Grand Slam? Yeah, I was at the show last night. I already forgot it.
Last thing, because they were talking about the numbers, like the pay-per-view numbers and everything. It's like, how many people do you think you said showed up at Grand Slam from your estimation?
So I will tell you this, right? This is
Mhm.
probably the first time since the first Grand Slam that I've seen something like this. And there was a line to get in, the main entrance.
Right.
So for those that don't know, Arthur Ashe is part of a complex with many tennis courts, where they have the US Open. So there's like, when they're doing the US Open, there's like so many tennis courts and all that. So they'll have, when you get off the subway station, you're like literally right next to Citi Field, so you could like walk right into there. But if you're trying to get to Arthur Ashe, you have to go across this like boardwalk bridge. And
Yeah.
once you get off the boardwalk bridge, you walk a little straight, and then you get to the entrance with the ticketing and all that. And the last couple of years, I showed up at roughly the same time,
Mhm.
but I was able to walk right through in, walk right in. I don't know if they had a secondary setup. That's what I think the problem was, that there was like a secondary entrance that was not set up for this year. So there was a line to get in at roughly like 7:15, 7:30-ish. So I had something to
All right,
eat.
be right back.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, I had something to eat because there was like a little grill stand there. So I picked up like a burger and fries to eat. And then I got into the stadium. And now the good thing was that there wasn't a line to actually get into the stadium. So I was able to just walk right in. And I would say roughly there was probably 8,000 people there, 8 to 10,000. It felt like it wasn't as big as the first 2 years, but it was definitely, I feel like, bigger than last year. That's maybe probably because they had a different setup. It felt like there was a much less space that they were using compared to the last couple of years, and especially because they weren't using a. So the one thing about Grand Slam is, hold on, if I can move my big body out of the way. Give me 1 second.
Give it up, dude. Give it up.
There it is. You see that ramp? Okay, there's a ramp there, right? It's an old school WCW style, where it would be a ramp that connects straight to the ring.
Yeah, it's elevated.
Yeah, they did that for the first 3 years of Grand Slam. But obviously, Adam Cole got hurt jumping off it last year during the MJF match. So this year they decided not to do that and just do a short setup. So so I think maybe because they had a smaller setup from ring to the stage, I think they were able to. It looked like they were able to fit more people. I feel like there was more people this year. That's what I will say.
That's good.
Yeah, but I mean, that venue was the way they set it up. crowds were able to. You could tell like the crowds were loud. That venue was always very good.
Crowd
I
was
would
lit.
yes,
Crowd
it
was
was
lit from the minute the show started to the minute it ended.
and I can tell you what, even in Collision, they were very lit.
What
Because
about
there was
Rampage?
there was no Rampage.
There was no
Sorry
Rampage.
about that.
No, so I don't know what they're doing this week for Rampage, but there wasn't Rampage. They filmed one Ring of Honor match, which was Dustin and the Von Erichs versus the Varsity Athletes. Then they filmed one match for Collision, which was the Jack Perry Open Challenge, TNT title Open Challenge.
Hmm.
Then Dynamite, and then they did about 5 to 6 matches of Collision. So they pretty much just filmed Dynamite and then taped Collision.
Okay.
So for Collision, I'm not going to spoil the results, but there's the TNT Open Challenge match for Jack Perry. I'm not going to even spoil who came out because I'll be honest, I showed up a little late. So I showed up right at the end of that match, and I saw who was in the ring, and I was like, "You're fucking kidding me! I missed that." So, I'm not gonna say who showed up for the TNT challenge. Then there was the first match of Collision was the Chris Jericho Trios match. Then there was along the night there was also Saraya's Rules match. Saraya and Jimmy Hayter. There was Hangman versus Jeff Jarrett in a lumberjack match.
Oh yeah, they announced it.
Yes. Brody King was also in a match. And then there was a 3-way hologram, Juralistico and Black. His name is Black. His name used to be Black Taurus, but I forgot what it is now in AAW. And then the main event was Okada versus Sammy Guevara. So for those that watch Collision, there's gonna be a good night of wrestling.
Wrestling. Why does Max Caster have Acclaimed in front of his name? Because he's part of the
Because he's
Acclaimed.
part of the Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed. They still get a good reaction even and then, like, I'll tell you what, when there was a segment, there's also a segment with XMM. And when the Acclaim came out, this is part of me sometimes is that I'll go back to when I see people come out, I'll go back to certain moments in my mind. So like when Danielson came out, not only did I go to the Kenta match, but I also went back to the first Grand Slam when he came out. And he had that match with Kenny Omega. That night was insane. And then the Acclaim, just thinking about when they won the tag titles at the second Grand Slam. Yeah, but yeah, no. Grand Slam is such a wonderful idea. I wish they did other like theme nights where they did like live shows from other venues.
Mhm.
Like, you know what? I would love to see a new version of Spring Break. You remember the WCW Spring Break Nitro episode?
From down in Daytona.
Yeah, whether it's like Daytona or Panama Beach and they're just like on a resort. Fucking let's do that again.
Why don't they just do a show from Jericho's cruise?
They tried that.
No, you do, guy. Big out to wrestling. It's a good time.
Yeah, no, it's a very good time. Wrestling every day of the week. But no, they did try the Jericho cruise the first year. I do remember the main event was Hangman and Omega winning the tag titles over SCU. They tried that, and the thing was, it almost didn't air because they had to get the tape. For some reason, they couldn't send it like digitally because I guess they were too far off of international waters. So they had to send a helicopter to get the tape, to get the helicopter to the mainland United States to get it to Turner's people. so they could air the episode. So
Yeah.
I don't think they want to go through that hell again.
No, probably not.
No, definitely no. Oh, check this out.
Well, before we go, guys,
Thank you,
there's
Voltaire.
there's one more thing that we should discuss or comment on.
Okay.
Yeet.
We're gonna discuss a Vine from 2011.
Here,
There ain't shit in here. Yeet. People forget that. All right, that people forget where Yeet came from. All right, that shit. We're never gonna forget that. It was a Vine. That's another thing the kids of today don't remember. Vines.
Nope. Not yeah. That was before TikTok. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
just
yeah,
like it was usually like 6 to 10 seconds of just like a stupid video, and it was like the funniest shit ever. And that was
Yeah.
one of them. It was this girl. She got like an empty soda, and like she was like, "Oh, there's nothing in it," and just chucked that shit. So that's where Yeet comes from.
But Jey Uso, shockingly, and I will say this shockingly, defeated Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship on Monday.
On my birthday.
That's a hell of a
Nice.
birthday present.
Yes. I doubt, but
Yeet.
And I saw a video earlier of the celebration where Jay's in the crowd with everybody, but they got a camera kind of closer to backstage, but still out front. And Mommy's out there.
oh yeah, I saw her.
Mommy's out there doing the yeet.
Yep.
Can I be honest?
Hmm.
I'm really surprised that at least one of the Usos has gotten over so well as a solo. I really thought that was the one team in WWE that was going to be destined to be a tag team forever. So to see at least just one of them have single success, it's a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, it is. But I do believe that they will reunite as a tag team once Jimmy comes back.
Yeah, for Bloodline. Bloodline versus Bloodline. So
Yeah. So,
Bloodline. Oh yeah. Voltaire,
what's up,
go ahead
Walter?
and
What
ask.
you got?
Ask away. The line is open.
The person you have called is unavailable at this time. Please leave a message.
Beep. In terms of wrestling.
whew.
Things that make you go, whoo.
There's so many. Okay, so Volt asked, what was one match you could not accept the result in?
Oh, that's a good question.
For me,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like so many to choose from.
Yeah,
Well,
it's almost impossible to choose.
Yeah, it's impossible to
That's a
choose
good
just one specific moment.
Especially if we could pick a moment and then everybody is going to say, and everyone's going to just find a reason why it should have happened. Like,
Yeah,
we could say it for the next show. I mean, that's not y'all homework. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, I can maybe think of one. Like thinking about this, there's only one that really comes to my mind that I was like genuinely disappointed from, and it was WrestleMania 29 when Cena beat The Rock, because The Rock was my childhood hero, and it was the first time I ever got to see him wrestle. And little did I know, I saw him towards quad and almost not quad, towards abdomen, and he almost wrestled his last match ever. But yeah, no, that's probably the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
The people's
I can't really
child.
think of anything right now, mainly because I am now working on 20 hours of being awake.
You need sleep.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing this podcast for? You should be asleep.
He's crazy. That's what.
Yeah,
He's not
that's
gonna
why
get
we
on
work
my
so
boat.
well together.
Exactly. That's why we've been friends for so many damn years.
Yeah.
Yay.
You.
Yeah,
You need rest. Exactly.
dude. I tried to play my game today. I almost flipped my truck.
Just like I said, just like real life.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah. So
yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here and now.
that's a
Voltaire,
good one.
Meadow Lee, thanks for popping in. I believe I saw Sprocket Fairy pop in, but she didn't say anything. But
Jumped in and out. It's all good.
Yep. Good old JP had to bounce out a little early, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
But,
prayers to him though.
Thanks for popping in, Voltaire. Gentlemen, as always, an excellent show. And until next week,
Keep it tight.
And have it all night.
that's what she
All up
said.
in your butt.
Bye.